How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, Faze Crypto, and welcome to the show where we talk about all the cryptocurrency content that you love to hear about. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And DigiByte, what we need to talk about when it comes to DigiByte is use cases. I think that it goes without saying that DigiByte has that massive variety of use cases when it comes to security. In particular, I draw your attention to something like DigiID. This is something that definitely separates DigiByte apart from the crowd. The fact of the matter is that we don't see people lining up at the local Starbucks to go and use their Bitcoin to pay for their coffee. It's just not the case right now. And this is both a sign of the times, and it's also a sign of exactly how the public perception of cryptocurrency is able to sort of mesh with the way that people go out there. And I'd say that the DigiByte crowd is the crowd of people who aren't going to sell their crypto. They're not going to take a loss. They're the sort of crowd that's a lot like what we're seeing as far as people who are waiting to get their 10x gains, waiting for the next bull run, sort of the hodl crowd. And of course, that's a pretty commendable perception to take when it comes to the greater cryptocurrency space, especially when we're looking at what DigiByte aims to actually do in the real world. It's sort of that crowd that's thinking like, well, I could definitely keep holding on to my DigiByte and take a perception of a loss, but then if you lose it, it's sort of that you only lose when you sell mentality. So starting off, we have this article right here, with Jared Tate, preps blockchain. Blockbuster, the future of the world will be dramatically reshaped by blockchain technology, a sentiment that I happen to agree with pretty wholeheartedly, in many ways, talking about, it's interesting to see Jared Tate, the founder and creator of DigiByte Blockchain, has taken to Twitter. It seems as if all these masterminds of crypto have been taking to Twitter to get their message across, because Twitter is a really great platform to send a message, I guess. Giving a sneak peek of this new book, the Blockchain 2035, the digital DNA of Internet 3.0. Just to give this quick overview, the basics, chapter 1, our story, the birth of DigiByte, and I think that we want to look at this right here, the future, the quantum leap, definitely something for you guys to go and check out. This book, this little piece of information right here. The future of the world will be dramatically reshaped by blockchain technology in many ways nobody's even talking about yet. And it's one of those interesting, forward-looking perceptions. The fact of the matter is that when it comes to something like DigiByte, the future of passwords is something that can not really ever be underestimated. The more things go online, the more cybersecurity is going to be a huge issue, and I think that DigiByte is sort of that's one of the reasons why DigiByte's not going anywhere, but also it's one of the reasons why I'm seeing DigiByte as a really interesting technology, not only because it's been around for so long, because it's one of those cryptos that manages to pull so much of this attention from the community. It's a crypto that is very near and dear to my heart, because it's been around for not only since I've been getting involved in crypto. I remember when DigiByte first came on the scene, all that time ago. But of course, what we need to talk about in this video is how DigiByte could actually be, making a real impact on the cryptocurrency space. When we're talking about fees, we're talking about speed. All these different things are readily available and on the tip of everybody's tongue. When it comes to these different conversations that need to be had. When it comes to mass adoption, I think that something like DigiByte really could be an interesting front runner, in regards to seeing a project like this, that has this blockchain. I mean, I could say it 1,000 different ways, but realistically, it's blockchain that's going to separate these altcoins from the rest of the herd. As things continue to move forward, that's going to be the huge determining factor. It's blockchain, everybody. That's the secret. If a crypto doesn't have a functioning blockchain, then it's hard to see value in it. But the fact that DigiByte's proven itself time and time again is definitely something that needs to go. I think that it often goes unnoticed. I think DigiByte's often eclipsed by when you want to talk about something like Bitcoin and how it's able to take all that media perception and publicity away from projects like DigiByte. I think that it's going to take a wave of adoption, for people to finally start paying attention and getting the memo when it comes to DigiByte. But all that aside, I think time will prove well for DigiByte as these things continue to get going. When it's the phase 2, phase 3, when we want to talk about where cryptocurrency is headed thus far, there needs to be multiple stars have to align in terms of regulation, and I'm counting on it to happen. Time will certainly tell, but when we want to talk about DigiByte, it's one of those cryptos that's pretty steady, I would say. An interesting, DigiID is the thing that we need to really give our attention to, I think. This is the kind of stuff that's going to be shaping the future of so many different spaces. We have to talk about all these problems with hackings that happen, with all sorts of different profiles. If a password is able to be hacked, if cybersecurity cannot be underestimated. We have to talk about how these hospitals need to protect their passwords and all these sorts of different things. And when it comes to DigiID and what DigiByte aims to do, it seems as if they've got a time machine and they came back to create a cryptocurrency that could solve problems before they even arise, which is also why DigiByte's so impressive. They seem to have an idea of where the future is actually going to be headed. Which is another reason why this project is preferred among many. And it's a lot to be said, but it's definitely interesting. Thus far, of course, a big reward comes with big risk, especially in the cryptocurrency space. But I'm definitely thinking that DigiByte is, it's a fan favorite. Don't get me wrong. DigiByte spread all around the world, which is going to work to Digi's favor. We've got DigiAssets, we've got DigiByte Blockchain, DigiKey, DigiBat. Think long term. That's really the motto that people keep coming back to, and that I think DigiByte it's set up in its lane. It's not trying to pretend like it's something that it's not. It's proven itself, and this is something interesting right here. Litecoin, 56 transactions per second and non-scalable. DigiByte, 560 transactions per second and scalable to do 280 100,000 transactions per second on chain ahead. The total transaction fees of doing 1,000s of DigiByte transactions equal to the cost of doing one Litecoin transaction fee. I think this is ultimately going to be where DigiByte's able to pull ahead. The conversation about fees, let's face it, nobody likes fees. Who does? But yeah, so when it comes to fees and being able to sort of outdo these other cryptos and sort of subvert and go around them, I think DigiByte's definitely has an interesting leg up on the competition in that sense. Yet another reason why DigiByte is in and of itself a sleeping giant. Just stuck in the current market. I mean, you want to talk about the market, let's go. I mean, it's been sort of just moving sideways, forward, backwards, you name it. But generally staying around this similar, area. So, I mean, for me, I see it as an opportunity for myself to fill up my bags. When this thing goes to the moon, you'll see me driving a Lamborghini for sure. But all that being said, if you guys are interested in connecting with us on Twitter, you could do so. That's at CryptoTuber on Twitter. Link should be in the description. And obviously, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. This video is just me telling you my opinion, and my opinion on DigiByte's pretty bullish. I mean, I'm excited to see what DigiByte's going to be doing, with all of its momentum that's been building up, especially in Q1 of 2019. I think we can expect some pretty amazing things, in terms of the development side, the blockchain, all these different things, complete domination, and let's hope so. Blockchain resilient enough for the future. I think DigiByte could stand the test of time, in that sense. Facts, DigiByte will provide Clovex. I think this will be the final article that we end the day's conversation on, but I mean, Cogent, facts, DigiByte will progress on Cloverdex. This article, I'm not going to read it to you, but I think you get the idea just from the article right there. It's on today's Gazette, something for you guys to check out as well. And of course, NEM bankruptcy fears highlights. DigiByte isn't going anywhere. Interesting to see that from the Crypto Recorder. Jared Tate preps blockchain Blockbuster. DigiByte have faith in the tech. The money will follow. Interesting article, kind of old, but interesting nonetheless. Gives you an indication of the public consciousness in regards to this technology at the current time. And the thing about crypto is that you have the opportunity to fill up your bags when the market ain't so hot, and then finally everybody's wondering where they were when these things finally take off. So it's basically, there's two kinds of people in the world, and you have to choose what side of the fence you're going to be on. But all that being said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.